So, hello. I hope you guys remember me. I have been vanished away from a long time. So, my name is Yuvraj Dhaliwal and you all know me. So, and I study in 6th class. Today's topic and today's explanation is about Socrates, also known as Sukrat. In India, he is called Sukrat. So, Socrates was born in 470 BC in Greek. He is the creditor as a founder of the Western philosophy, and he is the first moral philosopher of the ethical tradition of thought. So, an enigmatic figure, Socrates authored no texts and is known through posthumous accounts written by some classical writers, particularly his students Xenophon and Plato. So, these accounts were written in the form of dialogues, which Socrates and his interlocutor examined in the form of question and answers. So, Socrates, he was never behind any money, never behind any popularity. He was poor. He was born poor. So he used to stand on a high platform and he used to say people to ask him questions. And when he was asked questions, those answers would be so mesmerizing and out of the world that it would leave the readers and the philosophers and the other people shocked. They used to be speechless. So Socrates, he was never behind any cupidity and venality, just a simple man having no avarice and greed. But his wife, she was rather very cruel, and Socrates was rather full of patience. So Socrates, he said, he believes in the God's existence, but he does not believe that God should be given any sacrifice. And he believes in only one God's existence, and all the Devi Devtas are myth. So Socrates, also known as Sukrat, he has made himself well-known figures by his depiction in philosophy, in popular cultures, in arts, in literatures. So, as I told you, Socrates has authored us no texts and he is known through posthumous accounts of classical writers, his students Xenophon and Plato, who were both his pupils. My voice crack. So, Socrates, he never even documented his teachings. So, that man was so good at his philosophy that he also never agreed that he is a very knowledgeable man. So Socrates, he believed that all the humans are motivated due to eudaimonia. Eudaimonia is a contented state of being happy and healthy and prosperous. And Socrates also believed that all the virtues depend upon the humans and the knowledge and that are being controlled by the virtues. The virtues and the cognitive powers. These powers mean to comprehend what they desire while diminishing the role of impulses. So Socrates said that no one errs willingly. Errs means no one makes mistakes willingly. This became the hallmark of Socrates' virtual intellectualism. I love this line, Socrates' virtual intellectualism. So now what can I tell you about him? I can tell you about his irony. Socrates' irony. Socrates' irony is so subtle and slightly humorous that it would leave the readers thinking if Socrates is making an intentional pun. Like that is, his irony was subtle due to the depiction of his students, to the depiction of Socrates by his students Xenophon and Plato, particularly Xenophon and Aristotle, not Plato. So let me tell you some of his thoughts. His thoughts on knowledge. On knowledge, he would say that knowledge is a systematic understanding of an ethical subject, which he firmly denies to gain any mastery on. So Socrates, on God. On God, he used to say that God exists and has acknowledged gods more than even his accusers. So he says that God, as I told you earlier, any sacrifice to the God is useless, especially when it is done in the greed to receive a award. So Socrates, on love. On love, he says very logically that we love the people only who are useful to us in some way, and the useless people are not loved by anyone. So I can tell you now next about his appearances. The appearances of Socrates. So Socrates, he had a bulged up nose. He was notoriously ugly, having bulging out eyes, a distant belly, and yeah, he was mostly teased by his students, by his friends, sorry. So Socrates, he also was much interested in educating people's soul, and he never maintained his personal hygiene. For example, like I'm wearing shoes, and Socrates did not even wear shoes. He was walking bare feet. He did not take baths on regular basis. He was just wearing one ragged up coat. Still, he was not much interested into it. So next, I would like to tell you about when Socrates died. Socrates died in 399 BC after a trial of impiety by the corruption of the young youth. So he was put into criminal act of Athens and Asebia, particularly Asebia criminal act of disrespect of dead parents. So now let me tell you about his total theory, like how he died and why he was put into imprisonment. That goes like Socrates was put into imprisonment due to two reasons. First, he did not believe that God did not do bad things as humans do. Second was he believed in daimonium, an inner voice. And yeah, first was due to some religious content of Greek professions. Second was due to some political reasons. So that's why he was put into prison. And when there was a trial of in our time we say it court, that time there used to be a trial. At the time of trial, Socrates was unable to defend himself and he was found guilty by a majority of 100 jurymen, of 100 of Athenian men. So then Socrates was put into imprisonment, and Socrates, he said his last words. His last words were, "Crito, we owe a rooster to Asclepius. Do not forget to pay the debt." I repeat, he said, Socrates, he said, "Crito, we owe a rooster to Asclepius. Do not forget to pay the debt." And Socrates was also a very kind man. He was just poor, but he was kind. And what can I tell you more about him? In today's generation, in this time, people, the most intelligent people, the intellectuals and the philosophers, they say that Socrates, if you haven't studied about that guy, you have read nothing in your life. So I guess that is all for today's video. I will see you in my next video. Till then, take care everybody, and bye bye.